Hey guys, this is Anthony. Today we're going to be talking about my bot Entity's most recent performance at the Hobbyz club event in Hudson, Minnesota. So without much further ado, let's get into the fights and see how the bot did. So right before this event, I ended up doing a pretty major redesign on Entity in hopes of improving the reliability and drive system on the bot. Right before the event, I was having all these really just kind of cursed issues with the bot just turning on and just twitching randomly. The weapon motor was spinning randomly, and I really just could not figure out what was going on. But the day before the event, I ended up switching all of the electronics out, and the issue was magically fixed. So that meant that we were ready to go for the event. So this event was interesting in that there was no really bracket or anything like that. You could just kind of go around, ask people if they wanted to do a grudge match, to which they would normally say yes. A lot of people were here just testing things, like I was, and it was really just a really good time. Everyone was there to have fun, just fight some bots. So my first fight of the day was against Vortex 2.0. It's a overhead horizontal bot with a pretty big spinner, so I didn't know how I would do against it, considering that I haven't really gotten to really test Entity yet, especially this version.
3, 2, 1, fight!
There goes the nuts!
So a couple quick hits and Vortex was flipped over. Once they were on their head, they weren't able to move, so Entity with a pretty quick win. I was pretty happy with how hard it was hitting, but I think that there was a lot more to come in the rest of the day. My next fight of the day was against Casy's prototype TPU bot. He decided to fight me with it because he wanted to see both how well his bot would hold up and how hard my bot would hit. So let's see how that fight went.
Alright, let's go 3, 2, 1, go!
That was a root. That was a root.
Are we stuck?
We're stuck.
Yeah. Fire off the weapon and we'll pull it apart real quick. Just keep beating on it.
Alright.
Just rip it off there. Let's keep going.
Oh, wow.
That's really in there. Alright, whenever you're ready.
Alright, let's go. That thing's pretty durable.
Yeah, it's just a TPU right now, so it should get more durable.
Hey, get a full rod across the arena. I wanna see it hard. Yeah. Oh, we missed. Oh, you see the receiver wire? No, you're good. Okay, you don't worry, little guy.
Cut the receiver off.
Oh, second time.
Should I free together?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, keep beating the crowd out of it. Oh, I mean, if that's the problem, that's fine.
We're like a minute in.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Alright, you ready?
Yep.
You're a minute 30 in.
I can't wait till the UHMW version. We'll call it on that.
So after getting stuck together 3 times, we decided to call it. I was really happy with how hard Entity was hitting, and I was really impressed with how well Casy's prototype held up. He plans on putting a spinner on it, so once it has a spinner, that thing is going to be very, very hard to kill and very scary. My next fight of the day was against a bot called Roundabout. Roundabout is really interesting because it uses 2 real PCBs to hold its bot together, which I've never seen before. It's also a very reliable and hard-hitting bot, so I was excited to be able to test Entity against such a good bot.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's my batting, I think. I'm not sure what happened to my weapon. Oh, look at my weapon.
Yeah, it's like wow.
So that was a really entertaining back and forth fight. My weapon ended up dying around a minute in, and then Runabout lost, I believe their battery was entirely drained out, so they couldn't move anymore. My weapon ended up dying because one of the screws that holds the hub together backed off and pressed against the frame, and just kind of kept everything from spinning. And also, my weapon blade was pretty bent, so I had to do a lot of repairs after this fight. My last fight of the day was against a vertical spinner called Doppler. Doppler is a pretty hard-hitting bot with a pretty beefy titanium kind of wedge slash plate up front, so it's really hard to damage and it's really hard to get a good bite on with a vertical spinner, so I was pretty nervous for this fight. I had fought them once in the past with my bot Spectre, and they did a lot of damage to me, so I was pretty nervous going into this one.
Starts in 3, 2, 1, fight!
So after both bots trading some shots, I ended up ejecting my own weapon pulley, and right after that they propped me up against the wall and cut my weapon motor wires, so maybe if I decided to change that pulley before this fight, this one would have gone differently. But still overall a very fun fight, and I was overall very happy with how Entity did in this one, and really throughout the day. Let's talk a little bit about the damage that Entity took throughout the day. Overall, there was nothing crazy major aside from the brace plate getting hit pretty bad and the weapon wires getting cut by Doppler. The back and sides had next to no damage aside from a little bit of scraping and scuffing. The front armor pieces were pretty gouged up by both Roundabout and Doppler, but they would still be usable for another tournament if I decided to use them. So overall, I was very happy with how Entity held up. One of the most experimental things about this bot was the drive system, particularly the belts and the kind of style of wheels I was using, and I was very happy to see that those took no damage whatsoever. So that's going to do it for this event recap. This one was a little shorter than normal, but that's just kind of how it turned out. Big thank you to everyone who was at the event and everyone that I fought. Lots of good fights and a lot of good vibes coming kind of all around. It was a really fun event. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have a good one.